Time to roll the dice on another DawnSetter Guild adventure. You found us for another session, and last time, they had a very serious discussion with Captain James Duskthorn, the Umbral Vampire Lord and Captain of the DawnSetter, currently the Vampiric Lord of Kaz. If you're curious how Kaz became a vampire, we've got the sessions for you. Go check them out, go watch them. At the description, we've also got plenty of the links that you need to go find us in the more intimate places. I'm gonna let you figure out what those are.
Not the super intimate places.
Sell it like that.
I mean, maybe.
If there's a little graphic underneath, then it's going to be very silly if you, like underneath it says, patreon.com/DawnSetter Guild. And you're like, I'll let you figure it out.
I mean, that means they looked at it.
It's true.
And according to the 7/13 rule, which is a marketing theory that was created in 1982, which later on became a law in the digital era, if you look at it 7 times, you subconsciously know it. Look at it 13 times, you know it actively. If you look at it 100 times, you'll click on it.
Did he speak English just now?
100 times.
Slow it down and find out. We don't know.
Science.
We never know.
I want you to put it in 2x speed when he says that.
You really can't understand
But
it.
we left our party last as they exited the captain's quarters, and they all were dealing with their feelings. Kaz is currently at the front of the boat in a pile of cargo and ropes, just living. Well, kind of.
Unliving.
Unliving. Trinda and Moira were still standing together at the edge of the captain's quarters, and our boy Xeris just kind of was like, "Hey, I gotta go. I gotta think for a minute." So meanwhile, inside the captain's quarters, the entire time, Kaz was sitting by himself. Your party had just left you, and you saw them walk in to the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
Left on the deck of the ship.
So, okay, there are two things, because I was thinking about this off camera, between apps. I was like, what would he be doing right now? And beyond a lot of sitting and stewing, I think I just want to be away from people more. And given the crawling to the ceiling that we saw that I did, I would love to just like scale the mast. Let's just hop up. Maybe crow's nest, maybe not, but let's just get to a top of the sails there. As long as I'm not about to, well, I guess it's nighttime now. I just can't leave the fog, so
It's nighttime, right?
Can't get burnt. Yeah, it's nighttime because the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, I would love to just climb on up there.
Nighttime. Crispy.
This is a real John Resnick moment, isn't it?
This reference is lost on me, I'm afraid.
Oh, it's a deep cut. However, it is one of my favorite Disney songs they've ever made.
Tell us.
Treasure Planet.
Hey.
John Resnick is the lead singer of the Goo Goo Dolls.
And I got you.
That was
Is it the I'm Still
That's the
Here
one.
song?
Yeah.
That set the tone for my entire life.
Heck yeah, dude.
Surprise me.
I'm picturing Baby Chance as just a worshiper of Jim Hawkins in that.
Dude,
Like,
That was it.
he's the coolest guy.
Yeah.
His wind kite thing.
Yep, his Solar Surfer. Forget about it.
The movie is deeply underrated. If you want to hear the full history of it, maybe I'll do that on Patreon. Who's to say?
Actually,
Because it
Who's
was
to
a
say?
long road
Maybe
to
we'll
get it
need to
made.
do a little. We watch it and give a commentary, and you can watch along. And
That sounds awesome.
We do that on Patreon.
That
I
sounds
don't
fun.
know.
that does sound fun.
Oh my word!
You know, a
Maybe.
little talent talk with Tyler sounds like a lot of fun.
That's true.
The name.
Alliteration.
He just like alliteration.
We
I'm a
like
sucker for
it.
So climbing the mast and scaling the mast, you're not the only person doing it.
What?
There's just a bunch of
Everybody's
brooding
Everyone's
vampires.
like
Not necessarily.
spidering up the
There are a few other vampires on the ship,
right.
but there's also plenty of pirates and just sailors in general who are like not scaling the mast, but they're climbing ropes, and you see them swinging from the rigs, and like
They're working.
they're working. And so even as you climb up, you hit to the high bar or the high cross mat or on the main sail, the crossbar. You hit that.
So wait, this is a 3-mast ship. How big are we talking?
3-mast ship.
Okay, because I want to be on the forward mast
However,
because like the
forward-
crow's nest one is in the
Yeah.
middle. I feel like no one's on the forward.
The forward sail is a triangular sail.
Yes. Okay. I just want to be on the one where there's the least amount of people. So
And you scale the front one.
Yes.
You scale the front one, and you climb your way, and you end up sitting on top of the mast, and it's lower than the crow's nest because it's lower than the main mast.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, that was my hope.
But it gives you a really nice view of the ocean.
Indeed. Well, and you had talked before about just stars not feeling like my own, and so I like the idea of, I don't know, just trying to identify whichever constellations I can.
Cool.
Something that I have studied, and just, I don't know, hopefully like something to try to take my mind off things that isn't really working. And just being like, okay, wait, where's this one? It's this time of year, and we're at this, so it must be blank. Yeah, I feel like that's what I've been doing this whole time. Because the cargo, frankly, the fact that people were able to come and find me and talk to me, whoosh, out of the question.
Get out of here.
At least for a minute, and then
Sure.
it'll eventually come down. So,
Gazing up at the stars, trying to recollect what you know and what you remember and can see. Go ahead and roll a history check or a survival check, depending on from what basis you're trying to do it. If it's that I've learned about this thing, or I'm trying to guide myself.
that's a great question. I feel like it would be history then.
Cool.
Which I have a +1 in. So that's good. Survival, I have a -1. Funny how that works. Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
As you're looking up, you're able to just kind of, you reach back into the recesses of your brain and you find that drilled in, studied moments of you and your dad when you were a kid, and he was just showing you the constellations, and he had a big golden telescope, and of course you always took the telescope for granted because, money.
Yeah, it's always going to be there.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
But later on, you had a mentor. You had a tutor who would always try to teach you about constellations and sailing by them, or navigating by the stars, right? Navigating by the stars. It all sunk in because you were a really good student. But it was the times with your dad that meant the most.
Yeah.
It was he would tell you the stories of the constellations, and even though he was religious, your mom was not. And even though he had his own, his own connection to one of the constellations, because every constellation depicts one of the gods or stories in the pantheon. As they have ascended to their godhood, they are written in the stars. Another Disney reference.
We love them, don't
Yeah.
we, folks?
Which was the constellation he had his connection to?
He had his connection to, it was actually one of the, known as an archipelagic guardian, Zephyros, Lord of the Trade Winds.
That makes sense.
ZEF or ZEPH.
Zephyros, Lord of the Trade Winds.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'm doing that for a minute. And then, I don't know, I guess, do I spy these homies as they come out, and do I come down to talk to them? I don't know. I think I watch them talk amongst themselves for a minute and just like see if they head for the room or not. Because I don't know. Yeah.
You
I
def
don't
saw
know.
me pull off
Mm-hmm.
immediately and head for the room.
That's
So,
true. That's true.
That's one thing.
Moira and Trinda are still left at the front of the captain's quarters. And you saw the lantern go off.
Yeah.
And I'm regularly just ready to watch the pirates singing.
Yep.
So I'm going to let myself just kind of space off.
And you find the beat that they're singing really quickly.
Yeah.
Because it's a shanty, right? So it's
Yeah.
meant to be learned quick and sing along even faster. They have a beautiful 7-part harmony going on there across the space once the chorus hits. The helmswoman is the one leading the shanty.
I love her.
That big gal.
That's right. This huge, blimey, that's one big woman.
It's one big woman.
I wonder if she's a vampire.
And now you're questioning everything.
Yeah, and you're like, maybe.
No one on the ship is safe. Just kidding. You just gotta wait for it to be. Well, JK. If they've got the fog, I was gonna say wait till it's daytime. Not a thing.
You're actually the only one I'm really worried about, though, because the captain kind of made it seem like everybody else was fine.
It's like a baby rattlesnake will just bite you and keep injecting venom into you instead of.
Just can't control it.
Yeah.
No.
Moira's going to notice that Trinda is absolutely zoning out into the music.
Okay. And it's a classic drunken sailor.
I'll look back to where Kaz was sitting and maybe just notice that he's gone and
Okay.
just kind of like, I'm going to go back to the quarters. You're good. All right.
As Zaris is pulled off, You step down the steps and you've entered the galley before anybody else. It's a little thinner than it was before, but there's already people prepping the second meal of the day, or of the night, of the shift. Second meal of the shift. It's less lively than it was earlier on, because most people were probably just out doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
One thing you do notice is that up above the galley line, so up above the cook line, there's a moving moon
Mm-hmm.
that's moving from one side to the other, and it's followed by a sun.
Okay.
Yeah. So currently, you now see it drifting further closer to the sun in the middle. So it's almost a dictation of how much
time
we got.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are worried about the sun, get off the deck.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool.
But you hit the galley line and you turn the old familiar path, heading down to, or not old familiar path, but the one you know.
Yeah.
Heading down to the bunk hall and find the room that the doors, plenty of the doors are ajar as people are now coming and going from the bunk halls, and head back to the room you guys were given.
Sick.
It's nighttime, so I probably want to be like, do we stay up and talk, or should we go to sleep?
Yeah.
Moira was quick to follow.
Okay, yeah, if you're there. I think that we slept for quite some time. I'm not extremely tired, especially after that conversation that we just had. I would assume
You
that
feel rested enough, but I feel like this is a lot.
yes.
All right.
I would, if you would like to wait, that's totally.
I'm ready. Seen plenty of sunrises.
And,
Hey.
and then the thought of, well, Kaz won't see you anymore, so
Oh,
that's sad.
jeez.
Ugh. Before everyone's back, and before we talk about other things, I grabbed that map that I got from Luteris's desk,
Uh-huh.
and I furl it out, and with what memory I have of X's on
Mhm.
Captain Duskthorn's map and the X's on this map, do any of them kind of correlate or share
Roll history.
markings?
What a pro. I was going to say, some people are making
They
a quest.
don't.
You don't remember.
Remember, I'm like,
They actually match
I'm gonna pull
perfectly,
out
and
some
you
new
don't know.
dice, 'cause maybe new dice are gonna get out of here.
You
Those ones look very...
are having a hard time remembering the position of the, because Duskthorn's map was hand drawn. He drew it, and Luteris's was a collection of maps.
Yeah.
And so you can't figure out how this one fits.
Right. I just roll it back up.
Stop, I'm doing something. Okay, I'm not doing something.
Yeah, maybe we'll wait for the others to get
Well, if
here.
we're waiting for the others, we might never see Trenda again.
Meanwhile, I'm feeling a little tired. I'm getting yawny because I definitely could use all
Yanni
day
the musician,
sleep.
Yanni the musician, two pianos at the same time. Anyways, sorry.
And so
do
I
you do
pulled
with it?
myself away from the
Beautiful music.
joyful show and make my way back down, humming all the way. A vampire's life for me. Vampire's life, I love this ship, I love this life.
Someone definitely needs a nap.
Yeah, we hear her down the hallway.
Oh, actually, she's coming.
Yeah, okay.
I hear-
Right,
yep.
right.
Have some snack, virus. So I'm eating snacks out of my pockets that I took from the tray, and then I come in the room, and I'm not very interested in talking to either of you.
An enviable life.
Head for my
Yeah.
bunk and crawl in my bunk
All right.
to get some shut eye.
Are you okay?
The
Well,
vampire's life for me.
Humming in her sleep.
yeah, there's good thing we waited, right? First off, I didn't fully understand what Captain Duskthorn meant when he said what memories it is you have when you look at your axe. But it seems that it may have been from someone you cared about.
Aye, it was from a priest who was basically like my father, but he got ill and passed away recently, and I got a surprise gift, which was this axe, and if I'm being completely honest with you, you saw me swing it for the first time. I'm not a warrior.
I wouldn't label yourself as such just yet.
What about you? You see faces in mirrors?
That I have seen more loss than I would have liked to.
I'm sorry.
That's life. And for a long time, I didn't know the joy that life could bring, because I don't know that I was really surrounded by it much. Don't know if you've ever been to the Nine Hells, but
Can't say that I have.
yeah,
Maybe
skip
put it
that.
on my vacation list.
Yeah, you can take it off the list. But when I made it to this plane,
So you're from...
yeah, the stereotype there is accurate.
How long have you been up? For lack of a better word.
Not long. A month, perhaps.
Oh.
But in that month, I have seen more beauty and more life and love and companionship than I ever have before. And the Skyreach Dominion has placed a marker on that love as something they wish to snuff out. And so, as I said in the captain's quarters, I don't know, and I can't speak for any of the rest of you, but those who I love and who have accepted me are counting on me to protect them. And I'm being taken further and further from them with each passing moment. And so I'm having to adapt and figure out how I can still care for them when I am this far away. And so this proposal from the captain to potentially helm this vessel when they complete their destiny has provided the first glimmer since,
So you could sail home.
so I can sail wherever I need to stop the Skyreach Dominion from spreading.
I don't know much about the Empire. They've never really bothered my hometown. I know of them, but I don't really know what is truly going on. And in my last letter from him when I got the axe, he said, "Live and help people." So if there's anything to give my aimless life some kind of direction, I'm happy to link arms with you, and seems like we have some sort of common goals.
And I was trying to sleep, but these guys were talking, and that made me kind of eavesdroppy. And it did make me think about how there were some parallels between what you're talking about at my own situation and what I owed my people, or feel like I owe my people or want to do for them. But I still just lie there eavesdropping because I struggle a little bit with wanting to share myself.
Suddenly
Or
there's slight sobs coming from the
Yeah, we're
pond
like,
next to us.
her snoring sounds a bit too real. Like, it's not, it's too, there's a pitch to it that she's hitting. That it's performative. I can.
Is that just how halflings sleep?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know enough of them.
You said that you are not a warrior, but I've heard of people with your gift. When I was thrown in that cell, you had markings.
Ah, yeah, they do that sometimes. The glowing. Can't really control it. Just happens. Normally when I'm in a mood.
Well, I would suggest the next time they glow, whatever base instinct you have, leap into it. Because I think you'll be surprised at the power that you receive when you do so. Anyways, I don't know if we should tell him. We should tell him about the box. It sounds like a pretty big deal.
I
At the end of
thought
the
about
day.
leaving it there as we walked out, but I thought maybe we should talk first.
I think possibly it could be something that could help Kaz progress his way in gaining his will back if he were to provide that to his, I don't know, master? Is that the but
But we give it to him and let him give it to the captain as a token of good servitude?
I
I
guess,
don't know.
yeah, it might be a good idea. I think it's best if you give it to him, though.
I'll try. To Kaz, you mean?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
yeah, yes. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get some shut-eye now. So, thank you for opening up.
Likewise. It's nice to have a friend.
Yeah. I'm on the bottom bunk, right?
Yep.
Jerk. I
What's
can't
a
reach
hobbit
the
doing
top
on the
bunk.
top bunk?
yeah.
With dex scores like that, she can sleep anywhere she
That's
wants.
fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna get him.
Right next to the grave dirt.
Yeah. I'm gonna brush whatever grave dirt may have gotten on the bed. And
Oh, some got on the bed.
So he
Yes,
is.
you do.
It's everywhere.
From
It's
Kaz.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blowing out of the dirt.
And I'm gonna I have a shield.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just take the shield and just kind of like spend a little bit of time, because I think the shield comes from the older portion of what I used to do, not so much the druid portion.
Sure.
So I'm gonna just spend a couple druid craft cantrips creating some like vines like blooming, and just kind of weave them around the edges and like on the leather on the backing to just kind of figure.
Give you old
When he said the dull blade thing, I was like, okay, yeah, I need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of that,
So-
can I try and fix my axe?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to do that.
Well, you have, lucky for you, you have, I would say you have at least, not advantage or proficiency, but I'll give you at least your modifier on this, on checks that involve tinkering or like smithing,
Yeah.
since you helped out so many people in the town all your life. So I'll give you a basic modifier every time you do like
Just like
construction or sharpening or
just the proficiency bonus or modifier of which stat?
this modifier. It's going to be whatever stat is dictated for the tools.
Oh, okay.
So
So which tool
do
am
you
I?
have blacksmith tools?
Wait.
I thought that my little adventurers pack. I don't know. Maybe I don't.
You can check in your
How
inventory.
do I look?
So yeah, go ahead and hit inventory there, and if you scroll down, in backpack, it'll say what because there's your
backpack.
equipment, which is like
Backpack,
swords and junk. But
oil,
like,
rations, rope, tinderbox, torch, water skin. I guess I don't.
I was gonna say that's that adventurer one, right? Because it's the rope and rations.
Does oil help? Is that what you said?
Put some oil on it.
Oil will help, but
Yeah, right.
you'll need a whetstone and basically a blacksmith kit
Okay.
for blacksmith tools.
I mean, I bet.
Somebody on this ship's got it. I
Yep.
bet.
Odds are good. So instead, you just get to look at it and how the
I'm just
blade is
looking at it
dunked
and be
in.
like, I've already messed it up.
I've had that feeling before.
Had this thing for 2 seconds. Swung it once.
Jeez.
Sitting on the deck, or sitting on the mast.
Yeah. How like I don't know. How close are we to sunrise?
That's what
Because
was
I
looking
definitely
up.
need to sit there for as long as I can.
Yep. A few hours roll on, and they can kind of continue to do so.
Yeah.
No one bugs you. They
Nice.
just continue about their way. Nothing but open sea,
Jeez.
as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
The ship's moving pretty good. It hasn't been full tilt, but it's been moving pretty good. Almost full sail. So it's kind of a steady pace. That's not going to put any stress on the ship. And then finally, bells start ringing. The helmswoman starts ringing a bell, and she bellows out, "Sun's rising, everyone down!"
Yeah. Okay.
If you walk in the night, the day's not for you.
I'm gonna test it.
I had a moody ass thought. No need to say it. We just I do. I think about it for a second, but then I do hop down and just head for the old pile of dirt there.
Crossing, as you clamber down, there are people getting off the rigs, but there's plenty of people who aren't. However, up the staircase comes a bunch of the crewmen you haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, who's amongst the pack, is a rather athletically built orc, not necessarily the bulky ones that you're used to seeing. He's a little more lithe, a little more and athletic in build, wearing a belted-in vest, a shirt underneath that's had the sleeves ripped off. He's got pants on. He's got boots. So he's in sailor gear. He's in sailor gear, right? Or like I should say, adventuring sailor gear. He's got long hair that's pulled back into almost like a samurai top knot, and he has spectacles. He's got glasses hanging from one of his pockets. Like,
So he's the coolest guy we've ever seen. is what
I
you're
was
saying.
just gonna
okay,
say.
cool, awesome, dope.
and
That's such a fun. I knew a dude, a sailor, who he did have those. Those glasses that like they're a magnet right here and they like disconnect at the bridge, and so he to put them on and then he and let him hang. So I love the image of like it's hanging off his pocket and it's when he needs them.
just hanging off his pocket. He's got a pretty deep scruff on his face. He has a tattoo over his eye.
Okay, so he's cooler. Got it. Great. Awesome.
What's the
Stop
eye
selling.
tattoo?
So once it's sold, stop selling. He's wearing bracers and gloves, and he's got 3 earrings here, and he's got 6 on this side, and he's got the orc point, not necessarily like the elf point, right?
Wow.
Checks out.
And so as he steps up, as you're walking down and he's walking up, he stops you for a second with his hand. He goes, "You're the kid, right?" Wrong voice. That was slipping in a dust storm. "You're the kid, right?"
Dang it, I was hoping it would be the nerdiest, just like...
Hello. Sorry, the kid.
The captain told me a little bit about who he brought on, and I had to come say hello at least before you head down. You're...
Yeah, I'm Kaz. Why'd you have to come say hello? Who are you?
Oh, James didn't introduce me. What the prick.
No, I'm afraid not.
I guess... No, all right, I'll walk with you. And he walks you down to the galley. You're going to want to eat. Hey! Snaps his fingers.
Oh,
Grab him a bag and some mutton, some rare mutton.
I am pretty hungry.
Yeah, I know. You got the look of you. I've seen it a few times. Don't worry about it, though. It's... I didn't introduce myself. As the cook slides a little plate, right, down the line. And it's got really rare
Yeah, it was
mutton.
like just bloody freaking...
No, I mean, they want flavor, so they went...
Let it
Just
look
a
at the
little-
oven and
Yep.
terror, and then bring it out to me.
Bring it out to me. Really high heat, flash in the pan, get
Yeah.
that nice crisp.
Wow.
Everything else is practically still breathing.
Nice.
Purple.
And there's a small vial of blue thick liquid.
Huh.
This should give you that should help cut the edge a little bit, but the mutton should kill the rest. You're gonna still have that angering hunger for a while, and it's gonna be something you have to deal with for a long time. But
Wait, why? Like,
you gotta.
because I just can't get enough, or like what?
It's more like if it's not the real thing from a living animal, yeah, doesn't quite hit right. In fact,
Okay, the blue stuff. Got you. Okay.
this is made in house, of my own actually, my own concoction.
Oh, you made it?
Aye.
That's crazy. Where do you even get like a recipe for that? That's wild.
Years of study. I'm not to brag. I'm a little smart.
Who'd you say you are again?
I didn't. I'm the first mate of the ship. I'm first mate Raish Steel Splitter. Pleasure to meet you.
Steel split. Okay, how do you spell that? That's the
Pops
coolest
is,
name ever.
Rayche. And then Steel Splitter, SteelSplitter.
Wowzers. Okay, sorry. So you were saying he's reaching for something.
He's reaching for his glasses.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of pulls them and he rubs them off a little bit and slides them back in. I handle the day crew.
That makes sense because like the captain, that makes sense.
And the captain was smart enough, at least. We travel by mist while the DawnSetter is in her more aggressive form. Our black sails go white. The lantern goes out at the captain's quarters. And by day, we're nothing but a trade ship.
Where does that like mist come from?
Him.
Really?
Everything on this ship is the captain's lair. I don't know how much you know about vampires, but I traveled with them. I traveled with the crew for a long time that studied pretty deeply into them. And once I met the captain, everything made a lot more sense. This is his lair. And in a vampire's lair, they have certain qualities that allow them to operate as efficiently as possible. As long as he's touching this ship or parts of it, he's almost unbeatable.
That's really wild. Does that just come from being like? Well, I'm trying to remember the word he said. Like it starts with a U, like
Umbral Lord.
Yeah. So that's because of that?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, there's so much that I don't know that now I just have to know.
Well, eat your mutton, enjoy your blood. Oh, it's with a U, by the way, BLUD. It wasn't my biggest stroke of creativity when I had to come up with it. The captain said, "What's it called?" and I panicked.
So are there like umlauts over the U, or like, what's the blood?
Blood.
No, I'm kidding.
It was blue, and it simulates blood. It's the best I had at the time. I'm gonna head up though. I've got a crew to run. Sleep tight. I'll see you.
Raish, thank you so much.
I'll see you in the ship when the shift changes.
Thank you.
Turns around, puts his glasses on, and walks out into the day.
Man, what a friend. Yeah, okay. I'm a like I made the Fantastic Mr. Fox joke just like that. But I don't know, there's surely more slurping noises. I will spare everyone that.
And there's you notice a few other people are also eating the night crew special.
Sure.
Some of them take the blood and pour it over the top of the mutton. Some of them just fire it down.
Now it is sounding more and more German, which is Blut.
Blut.
With a T.
Right, I was
You
gonna
guys are
say.
We're getting close.
Yeah.
Others are, some dude just pounds into the meat and like slurps the bone and then backs it down with a shot of the blood.
Yeah.
Someone pours it into their grog and swishes it around, and
Wowzers. Yeah,
so you're getting a note of there's a few of them here.
no, for sure. Yeah, what order would I have done it in? I think that like I don't know, the fact that there's like meat, I feel like I would have just gone for that first. Yeah, good grief. I also think, I don't know, Kaz is he's embarrassed of everything mostly. And so, yeah, I think he's just, at this point, a little shook about just how much that he likes it. Because, new taste, new sensibilities, whatever. Yeah, I don't want to talk to anybody else though. And so yeah, just work it down. I don't know, does anybody stand out to me though? Just as I'm eyeballing around. Is there anybody who I guess stand out?
Everybody. It's a pirate crew. Like they're an eclectic bunch.
This is true.
What's the vibe you're going for?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. Just who like
How many of them are there?
Yeah, okay, that's a solid question.
25.
How many of them are there? And then like I don't know, I think low key just like which
Half vampires, half men.
No, yeah, I'll just how many are there? We'll stick with that for now.
How many are in the vampires?
Yes.
Currently, the night crew enjoying their rations. There are 18 of them.
Okay.
Copy that. Word. But yeah, for the most part, not trying to talk to too many other people, I guess. And yeah, eat it fast and I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Wait, last thing. What is what does this blood with a U taste like? How is it? Like, I don't know. Is it legit or not?
Pineapple.
Yeah.
It tastes
Blue raspberry?
it tastes the way, and this is the best analogy I can come up with. It tastes the way that the word watermelon on candy tastes like watermelon.
Yeah. That's great.
That is great.
But like as blood,
Yeah.
you're saying? Gotcha.
Blood has that coppery irony taste, the metallic taste to it.
So it's that's good.
So
That's
it's an
smart.
over amplified version of that metallic taste.
Or are we talking like a Jolly Rancher style flavor of it? Or are we talking like you pulled up to a random gas station and you've never heard of this candy and it's flavored watermelon?
I'm gonna go Jolly Rancher.
Good man.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
that's the
So-
equivalent.
Yeah.
So it is an overly artificial version of them trying to convince you it is this flavor, when in reality it tastes nothing like it.
Yeah.
Blood.
However, you can feel the satiated that hunger not get satiated, but you feel it turn from looking at the crew and salivating into not having to look at the crew. The instinct to feed is gone,
Yeah.
but it's more of like you just snacked for dinner, like you had a bag of chips.
Woof.
You're not.
You're pretty bummed to be going to sleep
Kinda,
on that. Yeah.
But
Hate
still,
going to bed hungry.
I'm going to
Yeah.
sleep so I don't have to think about it.
Yep.
So, okay, word. I make haste.
Okay, you make it down, and Moira and Zaris are asleep. Trinda, are you still pretending to be asleep?
I mean, I've been trying to go to sleep for a while, so if it's been quiet, then probably I've
Okay.
fallen asleep.
These two guys shut up, maybe.
Everyone is sound and out, and your grave dirt is waiting.
That wakes me back up for a minute.
No, it's not that loud. Please.
I don't
So
want
that'd
to.
be quite a bit of ruckus to get yourself buried by yourself. That'd be
Yeah.
Lots of, like-
obnoxious.
But luckily for Kaz, I don't want
I'm
to
gonna
talk
put
to
the
him
mic there.
anyway. So no worry for you, Kaz. I'm not trying to talk to you, homie. Sleep tight.
Ding. Okay, yeah.
I love how we have just accepted the vampire schedule just to like accommodate our buddy.
Just adhered to it.
Like, we'll sleep during the day, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
But you didn't sleep
No,
during
it's
the day. You're
nighttime.
sleeping
What?
at night.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
We
day
were
now.
awake at night, and now you're going to sleep because the sun's coming
Yeah, but
up.
They've
we
only-
got like a half night.
We
You guys got,
slept
like,
from
maybe
Yeah,
a-
eleven.
you're
maybe
gonna
a
wake up
third.
in the morning.
Oh, okay. I thought he
that?
was coming down like fairly quick after, because
Oh, we should be waking up soon.
God,
Yeah.
that's my
We're
bad.
getting some extra sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are about
Mostly
to achieve a long
because I'm a
rest with
halfling,
6
but
hours.
because
Okay,
6 to
okay.
7 hours.
that was some stressful information to digest. I think
It
we
was.
all needed to process a little bit.
Dang it, I'm
Been a
bummed
hard
that I'm
couple
not.
days.
Dude, I'm
That's
sick
what you
of
guys are
stress
like.
sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
You
what
ready to
happens
do
too much.
something?
Forcing yourself to sleep, and it's never
Yeah.
as restful as you
I
need it to be.
love sleeping. As a
Stress-
halfling and as an Isha.
That Venn diagram, that crosses right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Sleeping.
The mid-morning shows up as you all begin to wake up, and you're fully rested. The blackout curtains are still in place. However, there's bright sun beaming through the edges of the curtains.
There's the intrusive thought that I never intended to do, but just like, I just pulled that thing back. Well, that's it.
I mean, you'd have to kick off the dirt,
He is
too.
under the dirt.
Wouldn't be, no, it's
Not well,
not a hard
but he
thing
tried.
to do.
You can brush it off to the side a little bit,
Yeah.
throw the curtain, and this problem real fast.
Murder.
Is it murder if they're undead?
Unmurder.
Yes.
Reverse murder.
Reverse murder.
No.
We're not trying to get on the captain's bad side
No.
by
No, that'd
messing
be-
with his spawn.
That's probably out of all the choices you've been given, that's the wrong one.
That's
Yeah.
the wrong thing to do.
So is there a way to adjust the curtains to make them a little more blackout?
I mean, yeah, you could like pin the curtains to the wall.
I see. Well, I'm not that motivated. I was just curious.
Well, I'm not that
More
motivated.
Well, I give up.
I think you're okay. You're under the dirt, so
Yeah.
it's handled.
So you guys are up during
I know
mid morning with the day crew currently.
Morning.
Good morning.
How'd you all sleep?
It's one of those where you just kind of close your eyes and open them again, and turns out you slept. Not much else happening, which I've had worse night's sleep, so
I was hoping it was a nightmare, but we're still here.
yeah. That's true.
Do you think this place has like a kitchen? Or
Yeah, yes. Yeah, we passed it on the way at the
Oh,
bottom of
right.
the stairs. We could...
Are you hungry? I have pocket snacks from yesterday,
Oh,
if you need some.
I think I'd prefer fresh pocket snacks.
I wonder if Wedge and Biggs will come to us again.
I think that might have been more of a... you all just woke up from unconsciousness for a couple of hours.
Courtesy.
This is
I,
your in-flight meal.
Yeah. I'll show you the way.
All right.
Don't step on Kaz when you hop out of bed. So, yeah.
You avoid the dirt mound as you scramble out, heading out into the hallway into into the bunk hall. This bunk hall is quiet currently.
Yeah, I think we'll just go to the
Go to the galley.
the galley and grab some food and have a chat.
Day crew looks way different.
Mm-hmm.
Way different. They're everyone. There's many less people with sunken-in gazes. And the cook behind it all, he's a large old. He's an old elf. He is an elf who looks old. So this dude has been around for a
while.
minute.
Jeez.
I'll hit him with some Elvish as I stroll up and just say a nice good morning, friend.
And he responds in primordial.
Oh.
Sorry, I guess I shouldn't assume.
He then just laughs and in Elvish goes, "Simply testing your wit."
Do you
Well,
know Elvish?
I know Elvish. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know
Primordial.
Would I know like that's primordial, but
Roll
I
a
can't speak
roll a
it?
history check.
Come on, baby. Ugh. 15.
Yeah, you picked it up.
I'm sure I've heard a couple
Yeah.
people
And I
yelling that.
have
Yeah.
a song for everything, so I sing just a little bit of primordial at him.
Do you know it?
Just a tiny bit of a song.
It's like
Just
when
a
you know
tiny.
an
Only the
Italian
curse words.
Yeah, exactly.
opera.
You're just like,
Just a really-
right, dirty. It's like knowing Latin.
Yeah.
Or being able
Yeah,
to sing
you
Latin,
sing
but have
this
no
song.
idea what it
I don't know
says.
what it means, but these
Yeah.
are the words.
But you throw it at him just
Yeah.
to be friendly.
I think y'all missed Isha's great song that she just did.
I
It's
did.
recorded. No one missed it.
Yeah, you can go back.
All this nonsense is here forever.
You lot must be hungry.
I-
Excellent. Let's see. I'm good at this game. Tiefling.
Nailed it.
That means it looks like you're gonna need some mincemeat pie.
Sure.
And let's see. Human. Mincemeat pie. And a halfling. Shepherd's pie. I don't have any of it. Anyway, today I've got... Pulls out a ladle, whips up some stew, and it looks pretty good, and slaps it into a bowl, and then sets three of them down and laps them in. Chops up some baguettes, and then lays them out. Here you go, your rations for the meal. Oh, if you need a beverage, we've got some clean water in that barrel, grog in that barrel, and if you're feeling fancy, I don't know how old that wine is.
Right.
Start your day off right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Breakfast wine.
But anyone who needs it and who needs some, I've also got a boiling pot of coffee on the back. If
Wow.
it will tickle your taste buds.
Thank you. What was your name?
My name is, and he rolls out a Sylvan name,
Nice.
an old Elven name, Eleola Valaslala.
Okay, got
Like
it.
before
Can you
syllables, consonants were a
Nikolaj.
thing. Nikolaj. Call me Ellie.
Nikolaj.
Thank you
I'm
for
watching that
the-
right now.
Thank you for the nickname. To be honest.
I've gotten used to it. When you've been around as long as I have. And this dude seems like he's got a couple screws
Missing.
replaced. Replaced.
He's with it, but
Yeah. Like where one screw should be is like silly putty. And it's hardened
Good for
enough to
him.
hold it in. Yeah.
But I've taken a little bite of my stew with some bread while I'm standing there waiting, and it's delicious.
Hitting all the right chords.
So that's good. It's delicious.
So,
Thank you.
Happy to.
let's go sit by ourselves for a moment.
As you all go ponder off, he follows you.
He follows us.
Yeah.
Okay.
He follows you and then just sits down with you.
heck yeah, Ellie.
So, Ellie,
Yeah.
how come you've not chosen to live the nightlife?
I don't need it. I'm an old elf, old high elf. Been around for a long time. Seen a lot, sometimes too much, and I don't like the way this place is headed, so I'm doing what I can to change it. And I didn't need the high nightlife, but the option's there.
Well, that's admirable.
When you're as long-lived as me, immortality feels pointless.
How'd you end up on the ship?
Well, I'm an old friend of Duskthorn when he was a kid. Well, an old friend is light. I used to be drinking buddies with his mentor.
Mm.
And when I heard he was trying to make something of the world and do something, I liked what it sounded like, only he was a little different. His first plan was an interesting one. I didn't know if there was room for any of us to help. Me to help. And so instead, once I found out about this little escapade, I signed right up.
How many more individuals could the DawnSetter house?
She could accommodate up to maybe another 10.
Only 10.
Yeah, she's a brigantine, large in stature, though. We've reconverted some of the other rooms that aren't meant to be bunks into full bunkhouses.
So there's about 64. There's room for about
65 is about the max.
65 individuals.
This isn't counting food and weight and cargo and necessary supplies and
And food.
She's a good girl.
And have you ever taken on an apprentice to learn the tricks of manning your station on the DawnSetter?
Me?
Yes, you.
No.
Would that be something of interest? If the captain were to allow it.
And like he drops the piece of bread that he was fiddling with. He goes, "Do you have the gift? Do you have the want to blend spices, to find grubs, crack them into place, find the delicate meats of the world and marble them to perfection?
No.
Neither do I. But I'm good at it. I've been around a long time, collected a lot of recipes. I'd be happy to teach you if you're willing to. If you want to be a cook.
Not for me necessarily, but
I see.
good to know. I
guess that is just information you were after, not necessarily. I
No,
overread the room.
listen. For someone who's been around as long as you,
Yeah.
it would be a shame when the time comes to fulfill your oath.
Die.
Yes.
Yeah.
die, to have all of that knowledge pass with it. So,
Yeah, it's delicious knowledge.
so just yes, a good thing to know.
You know what? It makes a good point. Maybe I should start writing some of these down.
Yes, you.
They're all right here in the old pink space.
Yes.
This guy cracking me up.
Well, yeah, you should start writing them down, and we'll speak again about some sort of apprentice.
Deal. What I do know is when I should leave a table to let people talk. Good luck with one of you got the chicken bone. I don't know who did. He gets up and walks away.
Okay.
Moira starts going through.
Yeah.
It's not me.
I slide my bowl over to Trinda so she can.
Eat my way around it.
It was definitely Zaris.
Yeah. Well, this feels strange not having a conversation with Kaz. But we had a little bit of a chance to speak last night, Moira and myself. And so I think it's just good for us to fill you in on what we talked about. Unless, I don't know, maybe you heard what we talked about? Save us the recap, perchance?
Okay, I was listening a
Yeah,
little
right.
bit.
I knew it. I told you the
You were right.
the rhythm.
It was very sad. Very sad people.
So,
Very sad people.
with as sad as it is, what's your take? Are you interested in the captain's offer to take over the DawnSetter when the time comes, or are you looking to sing songs in a different land?
I'm a little commitment averse, but I do really like the food and the bed here so far. So I'm really into it for now. But I don't know if I want to train with him because he's scary.
Right, yes, that was an offer made to train with him, or
Wedge and Biggs
Wedge and Biggs.
seem nice.
Yes.
They bring me the food.
Are you leaning towards a Wedge and Biggs training or a Captain?
You might think I'm crazy, but I'm leaning captain.
Bold.
Do her markings go up at all when she says leaning Captain?
They've been flickering while she's been thinking about it.
Good. I think that's a great idea.
I think that's a good idea too because Kaz needs friends to train with this
Kaz
guy.
is awake. He's here.
No, wait, you're not in the room. Right
I know,
there.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry, that's me being too meta. I apologize.
That's okay. I mean, well, it's good to know.
Well, that I guess settles it. Maybe we never gave Kaz the box.
Are you sure about giving it to him? I mean, I don't see a downside necessarily, but maybe there's a downside we're not seeing.
Or perhaps it doesn't matter, and it should be you. Since you are going to train with him, maybe it will ease his wrath as he tries to teach you how to swing the axe. Yes, I think, Trinda, that's a great point. You should just give it to the captain yourself.
Get some goodwill.
Sure. I don't really care, but sure.
Right. I'm sure that Biggs has an axe to grind with me for ruining his blunderbuss, so I'm sure he'll just love teaching me.
Yes, love.
You think that we have to split up like that? You can't train with the captain, or you don't want to train with the captain?
I think maybe it's turns. I would love to see what he has to offer at some point, but I agree with Moira that it's she should be the first to test the waters, seeing
Wonderful.
that she already has a bit of a connection with him, and perhaps that relationship can help with Kaz, since she also has the most of a relationship with him.
Apparently.
Well, I have perfume.
Sick.
Smell
Awesome.
lovely.
I'd be happy to give you it to use when you like.
I guess we also have the option. Wait, no, we have to wait until the night to train with them, because they're part of the night crew.
Almost on cue, Biggs goes sauntering through and steps up the stairs and into the sun.
I was wrong.
The very familiar thudding of his feet and the grunting up the stairs.
What about Wedge?
Nothing. No edge.
No edge.
The littlest vampire, I suppose.
Interesting.
Well, shall we?
What do we
I
do we
don't-
do today?
Listen, I think we tell the captain that
We'd have to wait till tonight.
I think he probably had. I don't know. Maybe there's fog everywhere outside, because that sure was a thing that was happening when they attacked the ship in the first place,
That's
right?
fair. We can go up and see.
We should let the captain know that we are
In it.
interested in
it to win it.
in taking over control when the time comes, and perhaps considering some sort of recruitment process.
To fill 50 slots.
Well, we can fill 10. We find the 10 most important positions on the ship, and we fill what we can, and then we find others to fill them. I don't know, you want to do something more than cook, but you love food, so you could go and...
Yelling from the galley line. I'm not eavesdropping or anything, but you could run a brigantine on 10 to 12.
Right.
Just thought it was information that might benefit.
Who is this yelling?
Ellie.
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 As his back is turned to you, and he's like,
He's got a ladle up. That
he's looking like he's busy,
yeah.
He's
like he's using
wonderful.
his ladle to try and chop a melon.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to be his...
He's gonna teach me how to chop a melon with a ladle.
I don't know. You sure like his stew, so that doesn't have to be. I think if we... It's about being proactive. It's about not wasting time, because we don't have time.
We do need to find someone who knows how to sail a ship.
I guess I'm wondering, your long-term plan involves some of your homies from the forest.
In some way, shape, or form, yes. They're not the only ones that are in danger, though. It's the Skyreach Dominion as a whole, as we've seen. They're infectious. They're spreading. And if some sort of passage into the Skyreach Dominion to then destroy it is going to be made, we now unfortunately have the responsibility to make sure that their sacrifice is not in vain.
I guess what I'm saying is that if we don't find the right people for the roles, then we should be learning as much as we can about everything, so that we could teach the wrong people, the people from your forest or my friends, how to help run the ship.
I think eventually, yes, but we're heading in the opposite direction of our homes.
So not them,
But I do think the idea of learning it ourselves is not a bad idea.
because then we can
Absolutely.
teach it to anyone.
Yes, and I think if we're stopping in ports, there's surely going to be people that we can find, and hopefully...
So it's not just about sharpening our
worse.
blades, but it's also about learning basic shippery.
Yes, both. I would suppose.
Okay, good. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the mode.
Yeah!
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's a
Thanks for
pirate's
your
life.
support,
for you.
Ellie.
Yes.
You seem very helpful.
What do you mean?
Thank you.
I'm just prepping the lunch for the crew.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so hungry.
What support to a very well thought out and mature plan from 3 individuals who I've never met. I don't know what you're talking about. I would love to hear more, though, if you're ever interested in possibly explaining what you've all been talking about.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
As he's now just like shifting silverware back
Yeah.
and forth.
We'll
You made lunch?
Yeah, I've got some of the crew comes in for second rations in the middle of the day.
What's for lunch?
For lunch, I've got this and he turns around and he's just mashed the melon. Apparently, I've got a gazpacho about to be made.
I would love some of that gazpacho, and I'd be happy to talk to you over second lunch.
That's the type of woman I've wanted in this galley for a while. He just scoops the melon into a bowl and starts stirring it.
The rind's still on the melon.
Yep. It gives it texture.
Yeah.
I love the idea that if it's mostly vampire crew, that the human regular food is so low on the priority that it's just whatever.
So we got
Delicious stew and watermelon
And-
I
gazpacho.
was gonna say that sounds nice.
listen.
For a bow.
Listen. I think there's some pretty
want somebody with
hard
Lyme
air
disease.
quotes around gazpacho.
Where'd they get this fresh watermelon from?
Who says
No,
it's
true.
fresh? That's all I'm saying. Okay. If he was able to mash it that easy with a ladle, I don't know that I'm in the mood for gazpacho.
Well,
Just
I'm happy to learn anything Ellie's got to tell me because I bet he's got some tricks of the trade, shipwise, if you know what I'm saying.
does she have a thing for Ellie? I can't tell.
I ship it.
And before that ship sets sail, and while Tyler groans his way to the end of the episode, we will hoist the sails on another DawnSetter Guild session. And we'll catch you next time. If you want to get involved in the conversation, help me come up with other dumb names, check out the links at the bottom, hit our Discord, come to Patreon, and where more shenanigans ensue, and we'd love to see you there. But until next time, may your dice roll well, and may your DM not go insane.